1. Good morning. It is Saturday morning now that you're watching this. Welcome to another installment, another episode with the man who can, Mr. Andrew Dalton, Statman, the statistician. What else can we call you without being rude?
I've been called worse. Yeah. Thank you for having me on again. And we look forward to probably our hardest game of the season against a side that could possibly win all 4 trophies. But it's one to look forward to. These are the games that we build up to. These are the games as fans that you really want to go into. And let's see where we are as a club. It's not going to be easy. I think we know that against Man City, they've got world-class players, and that's where they are in the league for a reason. They're in the League Cup final. They're in a good position going into the second leg against Dortmund later this week. They're in the FA Cup semi-final, I think, up against Chelsea. And they're going to win the Premier League. It's a great test for us in these next 3 games. City, Liverpool and Man United are the games that you really want to be involved with. And for one, I'm really excited to see how far we can go in these next 3 games.
Great stuff, yes. Cheers again for joining us for this this next instalment of I'm a Statman Stats. Pretty much a bit of a mental week really for everybody. I think we had a good performance last week, and hopefully take that into the next game. I know you mentioned about City. We'll come on to that in a moment or two, but just really want to quickly gather your thoughts on the Sheff United game. I know we haven't spoke since then, so really quickly, don't want to spend too much time because we've had quite a number of conversations around it, but solid performance.
Yeah, it was a bit of a difficult one to analyse, really, because I think when you're playing bottom of the league and we took the lead quite early on in the first half, you're thinking, wow, this is going to be quite easy. We could get 5 or 6 here. And it didn't quite click like that. And Sheff United got back into the game and equalised. And obviously, Leeds won the game for Phil Jagielka own goal. It just felt like we came down to their level a little bit. We know Sheff United are going to be playing Championship football next season. And sometimes it is quite difficult to keep those same heights up week in, week out. And I think probably all got a little bit carried away after the Fulham victory. I think I did for one. Thinking we were going to win that game 4-0 on last time out. But credit to Sheffield United. I thought they did all right. I didn't quite agree with Paul Heckingbottom's comments saying they were making substitutions to try and live with us. I kind of disagreed with that. And you can kind of tell why Heckingbottom's caretaker manager of Sheffield United and Marcelo Bielsa is head coach of Leeds United. But yeah, got the 3 points, done the double over them, and it brings us nicely up to the 40-point mark, 42 points in fact. And yeah, we can now go into these remaining 8 games of the season with very little to play for as far as sort of points are going, because we're not going to get such into relegation scrap.
Yeah. I heard somebody say the other day, Stats, that every position in the table is worth another 2 million quid or so.
Yeah, reading sort of all the financial gains from the end of the season, that the higher Leeds can finish, that the more money they will get at the end of the season. So, although we're not going to be involved in a relegation battle now with 8 games to go, because Fulham need to win every game. West Brom I know they beat Chelsea 5-2, they're probably going to be doomed. But if we can finish in the top 10, I think that's a magnificent first season back.
Without a doubt.
And then you build on that for next season.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. If we can have a top half finish this season, build on that in the summer, bring some real quality in some of the areas where we've probably struggled a little bit this season. Yes. Yeah. I think that's going to be the prerogative of Victor Orta's summer. Is just to really strengthen that side. If we do have injuries, if we do have people like Calvin out, then we need some like for like replacement. Obviously, we're not going to find another Calvin Phillips, but I think we might have already answered that question anyway with Robin Koch or Llorente. But yeah, I think great overview on Sheff United. I can't really disagree with much. I think we probably should have won the game by 3 or 4 goals. But yeah, we didn't set any world alight or anything. It was a steady performance, and like you say, I think we probably played to their script and played a bit of a dogged game, whereas we would like to have been a little bit more sort of free flowing.
I'm a Statman.
This is on then, so we do look forward to hosting Manchester City at lunchtime. Obviously we got nicked to draw the first game of this season, which nobody really expected.
No.
In terms of of team news, we look to have a relatively strong squad now. I think we've only got, is it, dare I say it, Forshaw who's unavailable?
He's training with the first team. He's
Right.
Adam Forshaw. If you look at the sort of the LUTV videos, he's back training with the first team. So I don't think he'll be playing or be involved for the next few weeks. He's going to need 23's game to get back up to fitness. But do you know what? So the first time this season, we've got some real selection headaches for what he does. And Pats, I'm not Marcelo Bielsa. I'm not paid to be Marcelo Bielsa for the mega bucks. And that's why he's doing the job that he's doing. He's doing a marvellous job as he does it. But yeah, you're going to have Cooper, Lorente, Koch, Strike, forwards to central defenders. For me, he'll probably go Lorente and Koch, and at the back, the big question is who comes in for Jack Harrison, because obviously Jack is ineligible.
So let me just stop you there quickly, Stats. Do you think he'll drop Cooper?
No, I think he'll go Cooper and Lorente. Sorry.
Right. Sorry, I thought you did say Koch. I was like, bloody hell, you're brave.
Yeah. I think he'll stick with Cooper and Lorente till probably the end of the season. Yeah. And then next season is very, very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose I don't think. If he's even here, which I would say 99% sure that Marcelo Bielsa will be the Leeds head coach next season. I'd love to say 100%, but yeah, it all depends if he sees another natural leader in that starting lineup, and whether or not he sees Cooper as a lot of the fans see him, because I see Cooper as a solid rock and a leader and a great player, and almost too important not to play if he's fit. But yeah, I mean, moving on to City, like you say, they've had a tough tie at Dortmund the other night there. They go over to Germany next week. Do you see them resting a few players against us?
But you say resting them, and you look at the second team, don't you, Luke? Look, Leeds' newest signing, Sergio Aguero, will probably play. I'm joking there, by the way. I don't think we're
part of the press. That's not something we don't.
Yeah, I wish. Aguero will probably start. Raheem Sterling will probably start. So you've got two world-class players there. It's scary looking at City's second team. It is what it is. They are where they are for a reason, but bring it on. Let's go and enjoy the challenge going to the
as you said before, these are the games as a Leeds fan, as a Leeds player, you look forward to testing yourself against the best. It's almost a Champions League tie for us, do you know what I mean? Because we're going to be playing the cream of the crop, the best team in the league. Just quickly on the Aguero thing, what do you make anything of that?
No, I think it's this time of year where
silly season,
isn't it? You're going to get linked with players, and Aguero must be on mega bucks in Manchester City. And I don't know who came out with it. I think it was a very tenuous link that he won't have to move house and what have you. Come on. He's going to be wanted by the top clubs in Europe is Sergio Aguero. Yeah. The Barcelonas, the Real Madrids, the Juventuses of this world. He will not, I can't for the life of me see him being a league.
I just realised I've not Wilco off.
Oh, Howard! The legend that is Howard Wilkinson.
We won't be having any of that, Sergeant. Quite right. I think I can't see it happening. I mean, if he did, it'd be a good backup for Paddy, wouldn't it?
Very. Yeah, exactly. Backup for Paddy.
Yeah. But yeah, go on then. Let's get. How confident are you that we can go and nick something over there at the Etihad? At the Empty-Had, it's going to be empty.
Empty-Had. Honestly, yeah. I can't see it. I might be surprised. I thought we were excellent in the second half in the game back in October. I thought we were brilliant. I think Ian Poveda came on and changed the game against City at Ellen Road. I just think it's going to be such a tough game. Look, we're probably playing at the right time because in the middle of their two ties against Dortmund. But yeah, I just think City are just too powerful. They attack with such speed. And yeah, I think it'd be
right. Without sitting on the fence, then give me a scoreline. Come on, that's enough beating around the bush.
No, I think we'll score tomorrow.
That's a bonus.
I'm gonna stick my head under the parapet here, above the parapet. City 3, Leeds 2.
Oof! Right, back. You know what happens in the league table, don't you? If you're back against Leeds and we get a result, you lose minus 5. Minus 5 points. Just really quickly before we skip on, you mentioned briefly about who comes in for Jackie Harrison. I mean, obviously, it's probably going to be Costa. He's the only like for like, and I think Rafinha then swaps wings probably. Costa plays on the right. What I would love to see, now we are safe, is Crescencio Somerville come into the bench and have 15, 20 minutes towards the end because he looks a different class in that 23s team.
Well, I'd like to see Somerville. I'd also like to see Joe Galdart given a go before the end of the season. Is Bielsa like that, where he gives the youngsters a go? I'm not too sure. But come the West Brom game, when it'll be a complete dead rubber, it'll be nice to see some of these kids get 15, 20 minutes at the end of the season, because I think it'll be a brilliant experience for them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And obviously, there's a lot of value, as we said before, in the finishing positions in the league. Will Bielsa be willing to sacrifice that? If you're thinking £2 million per position, we only got to finish 1 or 2 positions higher. We've paid Bielsa for the year. Do you know what I mean?
Correct. And the thing is, if we're in a position on the last day where we can't finish any higher, say we're in 11th or 10th and we can't finish any higher, I would like to see some of the youngsters just given a go.
Yeah.
And we can't finish any lower, that is, and we're like 4 or 5 points either side. It'd be great to see some of the youngsters. So that Mark Jackson has done a phenomenal job this season with the 23s, and they're going to win the league at an absolute cancer.
Yeah, great stuff. Okay, then that's pretty much everything done. The one thing that we've got left to do, as always, is we're going to name players for both. But I'm going to test you. I'm going to really throw you under the bus this week, Stats. And I don't know how you feel about this, but because it's so easy to get 5, I'm going to ask you to name 10 who have played for both Manchester City and Leeds United. Yes. And I've got a couple in my head. But I'll let you reel off 10 if you've got. Can you do 10 first of all?
I can do 10.
I never doubted you.
Do you want any stats beforehand for the City game, or?
Of course we do. That's why we get you here.
Hey!
Why give us a couple of stats?
I'll give you a couple of stats. The one I got this out the way early in the week. It's Grand National Day tomorrow. Please gamble responsibly or don't gamble at all. The last time Leeds went to play Man City on the same day as a Grand National was April the 4th, 92. We lost 4-0 that day, and it looked like the title was gone. But Leeds strung a great results together, took, I think, 13 points in the last 15, won the league. So, yeah, we've got a 4-0 scoreline. We lost 4-0 in night 1-2, night 2-3. And we lost 4-0 at the Etihad in the FA Cup in 2012-2013. So hopefully it shouldn't repeat itself. We've never beaten the league leaders away from home and I've used this after 10 games, because that's when the table kind of takes shape in the Premier League history since it began in 92-3. We did, however, beat the leaders of the Championship against Middlesbrough back in 2014-15 through an Alex Mowat goal, and again Marco Silvestri was unbelievable and probably had his best game for Leeds. A couple of player stats: Liam Cooper and Stuart Dallas should hopefully feature tomorrow, should both start tomorrow. They all reached double Nelson in games for Leeds in 2-2-2. They will, go joint level with Joe Jordan in the Leeds United all-appearance charts. And Calvin Phillips will go into 61st place with his 205th appearance for Leeds United tomorrow. And that's an achievement in itself. And it's the longevity of all these players. And finally, for me, should Rodrigo score tomorrow, he will join a list of players of Mark Viduka, Brian Dean, Alan Clark, Peter Lorimer and Arthur Buckley in scoring home and away against the Citizens. So a few stats for you to be going on with there.
Great stuff. And we still need a Bamford goal, do we, for him to continue this record?
He's actually scored in every month prior to this. So he's not just scored every month in the season, but he's continued every month this season to do it. I think one player did it in 24-25 in the top flight. That was Tom Jennings. Chris Wood has done it in the Championship as well in 16-17, but no Leeds player's ever done it in the top flight. And also, if Bamford scores in the remaining games in May, he'll become the first ever Leeds United player to score in every month of the calendar year, because of the season was elongated last season due to COVID in June and July.
Well, there you go, everybody. The bit I nearly missed out, the bit that everybody wants to hear about, and I decided to basically forget about it this week because I got that deep in thought chatting about Man City and Leeds and the game tomorrow. I'm that excited. I think that's what it is. I've got my dog in here now with a squeaky toy, which is great timing. Just 2 seconds.
Luke's fallen again, Luke.
Oh,
he's fallen behind.
He's having a nightmare. And last but not least, then we'll do the bit that I wanted to do last. But seeing as though you're in a league of your own now with people like, I don't know, Phil Hay and the Square Ball.
I wish.
Let's see if you've got 10 ex-Leeds or City who've played for both.
James Milner.
Number 1.
Danny Mills.
Yeah.
Nice reaction. Darren Huckabee.
Huckabee, still don't think much of him either, really.
Robbie Fowler.
Good shout.
Kasper Schmeichel.
Yeah.
Paul Dickov.
Yeah.
David Rocastle, God rest his soul. David White, who Leeds bought in exchange for David Rocastle.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Brown, my lord.
Oh, what a player.
And Don Revy.
Wow. That last one I would not have got.
Well, there you go.
I've got a couple of different ones that you missed.
Yes.
I've got Fabian Delph.
Yes.
And there was one more I had, and he's gone. And Alfinger Haaland.
Yes. And there are others you could have had. You could have had Carl Schutt, Ian Paveda. He did play for Manchester City, I think, in the League Cup. Terry Phelan, who started his career at Leeds. Peter Barnes was another who had spells at both. Paul Beasley, centre defender. Stuart Taylor, goalkeeper. Richard Jobson, centre half, and Danny Granville. So there's loads out there, basically.
Oh, so basically when I said 10, I should have said 20. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
For next week against Liverpool?
For next week. There's quite a lot for Leeds and Liverpool, actually, when you come to think of it.
Yeah,
so
I think the problem
maybe
is.
rate us takes a little bit.
Yeah, we'll look forward to it. Anyway, great stuff, Stats. Thanks ever so much. Appreciate it from everybody at OKB. We love you coming on.
Always.
Look forward to the game, and we'll have a catch-up throughout the week where we can talk about our destroying of Manchester City. And look forward to Liverpool at home.
Look forward to it.
Take care. Cheers, Stats.
Take care.
Take it easy, mate. Bye-bye.
This episode of I'm a Statman was hosted by OKB regular Luke and friend of the pod as always, Andrew, LUFC Stats Dalton. Thanks as always to @EmilyRender for her artwork and graphics, and to Jen Jam Insights for the use of her music. Brought to you by Orta Know Better. Marching on together.
I'm a Statman.